together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Sober Manic Monday? I don't know. Happy Monday. Yeah, I'm usually doing Take 12 radio at this time, but they were recording a little bit earlier this morning so that Roger could be a part of it. And Roger missed last week, so I gave up my time. I'm like, Roger's a regular on the show, so I gave up my time. So that was the nice thing I did today. I sacrificed my stuff so that somebody else could go on. And there we go. I'm not doing any other nice stuff today. Maybe. I don't know. Monday is usually my day off. Good morning, Angel. It's good to see you. Monday's kind of my day off, so I don't usually do much on Sundays. I went to bed very early and got up very late. That was enjoyable. I needed that. Thankfully, I have the time to do that now. Got all my chores done yesterday. There was no football yesterday, so that was no good. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all. I want to thank every single person who sacrificed their time, their efforts for my freedom. Thank you. I will do what I can to make you proud of the freedom that you have given me. I call that loyalty. I call that respect. It's something I've noticed. People are not respecting their elders, and I don't care if you think your elders are narcissistic or what, but if you're not learning from the people that have come before you, you are doomed to repeat it. And I see a lot of dooming, repeating going on right now. A lot. Hey, that's your choice, man. That's your choice. Okay? You can either be angry and point fingers at people, or you can do something about it. Is it 90 days? Thank you for telling me, Angel. I appreciate it. I know what you're talking about. All right. Angel says, happy 90 days, someone very special. So that would be my daughter. That would be my daughter. 90 days. Big fucking deal around here, man. So, see? Another good thing happened today. This is how my life works. I've decided to let people know what's going on in my life and the things that I do so that you know. You need to, but if I'm bragging, my friends, if I am bragging, you have got to say something to me. Okay? If I get to a point where I'm just bragging, please let me know. Now I'll dial it back some. Because I got to find balance in that, just like I need to find balance in a lot of things, right? So, you know what time it is. I need a little dun, 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 or something. I need something musical at that point, like I did with the Recovery Watchdog, right? And none of these are the ones they give me. This is what I got. Halloween, chill, down tempo, chill hop, hip hop, lo-fi, lounge, R&B. These are all like lower classical, epic, but none of these are rock. They gave me indie rock. This is what indie rock is. Let's see what it sounds like. Lame. All right, let's get to this. I did a little bit more digging and got some sober, they're called sober jokes. We will see how well these work. I don't know. These have been a real hit and miss, but we're going to do it. After 3 months sober from drinking, I bought myself a motivational poster to keep my spirits. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. That one's not too bad. Not worth a laugh track, though. Why were there 7 dwarves? Why were the 7 dwarves always sober? Because no one would serve alcohol to minors. And if you don't hit the button just right, it doesn't do it. How did the lawyer become sober? He passed the bar. Today I celebrate my. Hey, I haven't told the joke yet, folks. I really got to learn how to work with that. Today I celebrated my 365th day sober, and it only took me 14 years. That's one you can laugh at, folks. Yeah, it was pretty funny. We're gonna do one more. We'll do one more. I've been sober from math for 3 years. It was a hard addition to get over. All right. Thank you. Thank you. That is all we have for tonight. All right. All right. We're done doing that. More in leisure. Good to see you. All right. I do not have a reading today. I just kind of went with the theme of it being Veterans Day, and what are some of the things alcoholics need that we sacrifice for the cost of our freedom. All right. And I went to Chat GPT. Right. I'm just going to tell you what I did. I went to Chat GPT. Right. And I said, search the internet and find all the things an alcoholic must give up for their freedom from alcohol. It gave me 8 of them. The illusion of control, we'll cover these. Using alcohol as a coping mechanism, old patterns, routines, expecting comfort instead of growth, self-centeredness, denial, minimizing damage, isolation, short-term thinking. And I said, that's all great and stuff, but you're missing a lot of stuff like friends, family, and time. It's like, you're absolutely right. A lot more than just drink itself goes in. Yeah. So there is a lot of things that we are going to give up in order to have our freedom. What it's 11/11 on 11/10/2025. Tomorrow I'll make sure I go live at 11 so we can have 11/11/11/11/25. That'll be a really good one, right? For you number people. I'm a number person. It means you're doing the right thing. That's what it means to me. Right? But there's a lot of things in alcohol in that we give up. And what's the saying that we have? That you only need to give up one thing, or you only need to change one thing. Everything. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have the day off. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I was talking to my grandson yesterday. Well, I was trying to. He's at that age where words aren't quite his thing. Well, no, actually, he's doing great. All right. And I went upstairs, turn up the heat a little bit. And he's like, are my cousins here? My younger 2 grandkids, Kira's kids. Angel numbers, is that what they are? Thank you, Scott. I couldn't remember. Yeah, 11/11 are the angel numbers. And 222. But he's like, are my cousins here? I'm like, no, not till this weekend, buddy. And he kept saying something. I couldn't understand him. He kept saying, yeah, but I hear go Wolves. Okay. But see, you already know. And I can't make it sound like he did. Anyway, I couldn't understand him. Finally, I understood. I'm like, oh, you heard girls talking. He goes, yeah. I'm like, no, sorry, dude. That was just grandpa singing. Because I sing a lot of high-pitched songs before I come on here because it warms my voice up. Can't remember what I was listening to, probably like Super Tramp or, how deep is your love? Is your love? I don't sing very good high, but it warms up my voice. Good morning, Amber. It's good to see you. So it was kind of funny. He's like, but I heard girls talking. Nope. All right. So So what are the things? So what are some of the things? And please feel free to add on to this. Maybe if there's something, you know, I'm going to tell you if there's something that I missed. I do know this. I've never been asked to let go of something that I actually needed. God has never said, Dion, you're going to do. Never have I been put in a position by this that would hurt me, if that makes sense. All right. So, morning, Heather. Yeah, little breakfast in America. Goodbye, Mary. Goodbye, Jane. Will we ever meet again? All right. The illusion of control is the first thing that we're going to, you know, to think that we have control over alcohol. You know, now this is hard because we seem to have control over other things. I have control over other things. There are some things there are some things that I don't have control over, that I am working on. I'm replacing the 12 steps with, instead of alcohol, it's these other things. Hard drugs I was able to stay away from. Good morning, Smitty. Good to see you. Can I get an amen? Amen, my friends. I went to a meeting yesterday. Amber invited me to a meeting. I swore I was at church. I was just waiting for the singing. Hallelujah. It was a lot of fun. Once I got over my own bullshit, right? Knocking me out with those American that don't make me start doing ACDC. I do a great ACDC impression. Don't don't you do it. Take it more than my share. All right. Knocking me out with, okay. You Amber's been listening to me so long, she knows how to get me stemming. You're a little shit, is what you are, and I love the hell out of you. Right? So the illusion, accepting that you cannot manage alcohol the way you once thought you could. I never tried to manage it. I know a lot of other people did. Maybe you switched, but see, I knew all those fallacies back in when I was 14, so I just never tried them. Okay. For me, beer is a chaser. Okay. Beer is a chaser. We'll just put it that way. I was dangerous the whole time I drank. I was very, very dangerous. And I had to give that up. I had to give up that day because why did I hang on to that? Because it was something at least. It was better than being nothing. That's why I held on to it. Amber says, blame Uncle Sean. He's been turning the radio. Damn it, Uncle Sean. Oh, great. Now you're going to give me sticks. Yeah, that's another way to get me going. Dear Lord, you people. Using alcohol as a coping mechanism. We're going to have to give that up, huh? Man, I really appreciated what somebody said in the meeting the other day. We were talking about fear. And they said, I had a fear of getting sober. And I heard that all day. I appreciated the reminder on that, that I had a fear of getting sober because I didn't know what I was going to become. I mean, yeah, now you can see me and I'm doing well and everything. But there was a part there where there was a part there, and it probably won't be this way for you. For years, I was empty. I felt isolated up in the air. And I'm talking about in sobriety. Yeah. So Amber says in the car ride to work and on his old stereo we kept at work. I don't listen to the radio when I drive, but Scott and I carpooled, and yeah, I got radio today. That's awesome, though. Thank you, Uncle Sean, for putting on good music for us. So, Leisures explain this controlled drinking thing. LOL, I am unaware. Amber says I'm working on DBT right now. Well, she said meow because she's been watching Super Troopers or something. I used to do that. We would put meow when I did sales. Yeah. And what we do is we'd bet like $1 each, and whoever said meow the most in their pitch won the prize. It was like $5, you know. And it usually went towards alcohol for everyone. I'm working on DBT right now. I radically accept that people suck. It's hard. It is. It's tough. I agree. I agree. There's a lot of anger right now. A lot of anger towards the wrong things too. Um, it's sad, and all the miscommunication going on, and the confusion. More than anything, we need each other. If there was a time we all needed each other, it'd be right now. Right? Then I'm also seeing a lot of people come together and serve their fellow man. Those are the one. That's the one stuff I'm promoting. That's the stuff that I'm putting out. So, right. So, using alcohol as a coping mechanism, we're giving up the idea that drink will solve stress, fear, loneliness, and pain. Right. Sorry, I'm just thinking of all the things I had to let go of, and there's a lot. And we can get really specific here, but I think if we do, we're going to spend a lot of time. Why don't we start putting in chat here some of the things that you had to sacrifice? What about some of your friends? Right. I'd already run all mine off. I didn't have any friends when I quit drinking. My wife, that was it. Nobody else wanted to be around me, and even then, she didn't want to be around me when I was drinking. Right. So I didn't have any places, people, and I didn't have play people and play places that I hung out with. I didn't go to the bar. It was too expensive to go to the bar. I didn't have enough money to go there. Okay, I lived off Shooters and Sailor Jerry. Ugh, just saying it. Which is the worst of the rum, right? Because you have your admiral, you have your captain, and you have your sailor. And yeah, it was to this day, I can still taste how horrible it is. That's okay. I just chased it with a beer, right? This beer is a chaser. Old patterns and routines, surroundings, friends, places, times when drinking was the norm. The good old days. Wanting to create new good old days, right? For me now, I had some good times. Hi, Jazz. Good to see you. Everybody's coming. Everybody's showing up today. Everybody's off work. I got lucky. Everybody's off work and there's no football today. Well, Monday night football, I guess. Huh? All right. Hey, Jazz, good to see you. Welcome. Not sure. I don't remember where I was going with that. So we're going to keep moving on. Right. Oh, the good old days and create. I had there were some good times, but I'm not good. But it wasn't the alcohol that did it. It was the people I was around, what was going on. Um, the thing is I've drank at Skid Row. I've drank on Skid Row, but I've partied with some very famous people. The Allman Brothers. There's several of them. There was one time my fiance at the time, because they were never girlfriend, they always had to be fiance, right? And she was anyway. She had a fantastic voice, and she won tickets to American Idol year 2 with Clay Aiken, Ruben Studdard. We went to that. By the way, Clay Aiken blew Ruben Studdard away and should have won. In person, it was totally different. It was. Okay. And there is no way he was better. Anyway, not that I know anything about music. Actually, I do. Right. And I went to an after party. Right. And I met some people. So it's a pretty good Sinbad. Sinbad is tall as fuck. He is a mountain of a man. You can spot him from blocks away. I met Halle Berry, and I never understood why people were so. I'm like, Halle Berry, good actress. She's cute. I met her in person. The woman glows yellow. It's amazing. Amazing. She is an amazing person. Right. I also met Simon Cowell. Yeah. I yelled at him. He was being a dick. So I was a dick back to him. But people can change, right? He changed, right? We were doing a photo shoot because we won a contest. We got to do the photo shoot because you got to do the promotion, and he's required to do it. He had to take the picture or he doesn't get his money. Okay. I'm standing next to him. The photographer doesn't have his stuff together, and Simon's getting, oh, can we please hurry this up? I've got so much to do. Like we're inconveniencing him. And he was being a dick. I'm like, yeah, can we hurry this up? Because I don't want to be next to this asshole either. Do I owe him amends? Because the running joke is that I owe him an amends. Right? He went on to have children and he changed. And he's a really cool dude now. I'm a big fan of Simon Cowell. Thank you, Simon, for being a good example and showing you don't have to be an asshole to make it in this world. Now he's a much different person. So good job on you, Simon. All right. Anyway, just a little story I like to throw in there to throw you off so you'll continue listening to what we need to talk about. See, I know I only get you for about 7 minutes and then I got to kind of change something, right? So your old patterns and routines is something that you're going to need to work on, right? What was the routine? The routine was going to the bar after work. It was doing this after work. It's usually right after work. Why do you think we have a bunch of meetings at 5, 5:30, and 6, 7:30, 7? There's a bunch of meetings. Well, I'll say 5:30 on because 5 o'clock, yeah. We're at Grassroots, the only online 5 o'clock meeting in Colorado. I don't even think there is another 5 o'clock meeting. Right. So we're gonna be sacrificing some of that. I want to get into some of this other stuff. What is some of the other stuff that we're going to be self-centeredness or selfishness? We get in the program, we start working on some things, and we start to recognize how selfish in our lives we've been. We don't even totally well, I'm going to tell you something that I've noticed. When an alcoholic finds out how much they're actually hurting the people that they love, they usually want to change. They don't always, but then they start to want to change. This is when their attitude starts to become a little bit different and they try. This might be where their heartbreaking thing happens, where they try and try and try. I've known people, several people in the program that kept trying and trying and trying, and they still died from alcoholism. It's happened to me twice in the last year. Not happened to me twice in the last year. I'm not the one that died. That's man. See how selfish we can be? Because it was all about me and me losing people. See? Man. Hey man, if I'm gonna run around and call bullshit on everybody else, I gotta call bullshit on myself first, right? And that was selfish. I apologize for that. I'm gonna apologize to the dead because you don't disrespect the dead, right? In my eyes, they still went up. They still went up. They didn't do something, One of the memes that I love is like Jesus talking to people or whatever, and somebody says, and he's like saying who can go into heaven. And so he says, you mean even addicts and alcoholics can go to heaven? And Jesus says, yes, even people that ask stupid questions can go to heaven. I doubt he'd say it that way, but I appreciate it. So I'm going to have to give up my self-centeredness. Okay. Now, selfishness is a little different. I am still selfish. I'm going to tell you right now, I do whatever the fuck I want to. Mike, did you hear my cat? He agrees. Like, yeah, meow. Huh? Yeah, you're a good kid. And Debbie Sawyer, good kitty. Right? It's just what I want is different now. I don't want to burn down my neighborhood anymore. I want to do good things. I want to be known for being at least a decent guy. I want to leave something that's going to last. Right? I don't want to be famous. I want to be infamous. That means my name is going to carry on. And infamous usually means something bad, but in this case, we're going to utilize it for something good. I'm allowed to do that. All right. Infamous always doesn't need to be bad. Just like the word consequences. Right? When we alcoholics hear the word consequences, we only think of bad things. It takes us a while to understand that there are good consequences in this life. Angel says, me too, but I didn't always get to do whatever I wanted. That is correct. That's correct. I didn't always get to. In the beginning, the answer from God was no, because I have an idea a minute. Then it became not yet. Now, quite often, it is yes. Yes, Dion, you can. And it happens a lot. And it is because my will is in line with his. That's what I want. So, Smitty says, I think you're pretty all right, Dion. Thanks, man. Thanks. I think you're pretty all right, too. Expecting comfort instead of growth. Oh, yep. A lot of people come into AA thinking that we're going to pat them on the head and tell them that it's okay. Nope. It's not how we do it. We're going to be there for you, but it's not okay. We're not going to sit here and tell you it's okay if it's not okay. We're not going to do that. We'll tell you things like this too shall pass. Absolutely. Somebody says, just kidding. Oh, yeah, dude. Of course I know you're kidding. Why would you be here listening to me if you didn't love me? I love you too, dude. Dude. But we find that, the thing is, I wouldn't say I'm comfortable, but I'm also not uncomfortable. I'm no longer uncomfortable in my own skin. I used to be. It used to be hard to look at myself in the mirror. So what was the next sacrifice? It was the fourth step. Actually, let's go through this a little bit. In the first step, what did I give up? Alcohol. And the manageability of my own life. That happens in the first step. Second step, we're coming to believe. In the third step, that's the biggest one. God, I now offer myself to thee to do with me as thou wilt. So what am I giving up? Well, kind of everything in the beginning, because my brain didn't know which parts were good, which parts were bad, which parts were dangerous, which parts were this. And I need to sit down with that fourth step, and I needed to go through everything and figure it out. What's another thing you're going to give up? Guilt, shame, blame, anger, depression, anxiety. These are the things you're going to give up. You're the winner all day long on this. Everybody's a winner. Step right up. Step right up. Give it a chance. Throw the ball. Jump off the cliff. Everybody's a winner. Angel says, I remember when I was going to quit my sales job to be a full-time musician. Then I got fired from the band. God was like, no, you're not. It's like, no, that ain't happening. Amber says, everything is temporary. Yes, this too shall pass. It is all temporary. Even right now, we're having a good time here. It is temporary. Things will change. But what a good day to start. What good way to start your day, right? Of course, you're like, Dion, the rest of us get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, not 9. We're halfway through the day. Okay, bud. So we're going to give up our self-centeredness, right? In the spirit of the 12-step program, trading ego for humility, others for self-service, and service for isolation. What's another thing that we're going to lose? Denial. Denial and the minimizing of the damage that we do. That's another cost of your freedom. Okay. When sometimes you might confront somebody on something that they did and they will deny it till their ending day. All right. So I'll let you know. If you said what you needed to said, it's the ball's not in your court anymore. Right? Yeah. I had somebody very much cross-talk me in a meeting. I confronted them on it, and it blew up. Yeah, it's going to happen. But guess what? This too shall pass. Give it some time. Give it some time. Don't react to things. I found that when I react to things, I'm usually wrong. Right? Smitty says, Dion, I've been dealing with a lot lately and honestly been drinking more than I should as a result. Certainly would not call it as far as an alcoholic, but definitely in struggle. Hit me up sometime. Certainly could use the help. If anything, just want to vent to someone. Yeah, I get that, Smitty. What are you doing at 5 o'clock? Right. So let me tell you something about Alcoholics Anonymous. We don't help just alcoholics, even sober curious or people having a hard time with drinking. We help. So yeah, let's get you let's get you surrounded by some people that give a fuck what's happening to you, dude. Absolutely. And I'm more than happy to. I was thinking about this. Okay. Um, absolutely, man. I'd be happy to talk with you. So, it was funny because earlier I was thinking, I'm like, because tomorrow I was supposed to meet with East Metro Detox, and they sent me a message. Hey, Monday's Veterans Day. Monday's Veterans Day, and I thought you were. Which Smitty am I talking to? Okay, I had to see the picture. All right. But they were supposed to contact me. What? No, no, no. So they're like, hey, can we meet on a different day because Monday's Veterans Day? And I was thinking, I got up this morning. I'm like, you work at Detox. You don't get today off. And where's my email? So research. So I'm gonna give her a hard time when I talk to her. Like, you're new. She just started. She's already getting Veterans Day off. No, 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 no. Yeah, I figured that out, dude. I thought I was talking to your dad for some reason. I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought it was you in the beginning because the way you talked, and then I thought it was your dad for a second. So I apologize for assuming. So um, definitely we can talk. Are you working right now? Let me know because I can give you a call after this. So I was just wondering, but I'm gonna give her a hard time when we meet. All right. And I'm gonna let her, hey, why are you taking it off? Why are you taking this day off? Because you're new. You don't get to do that. Um, uh, I also used to wake up, so I envy you. Can we do noon Monday? All right. All right. So we'll give her a hard time. So you should be at work. You're new. All right. Isolation. Big one. Drinking by myself. Whoa. You drinking by yourself? Yeah, I did. I did. I used to love to play this game called Leave Me the Fuck Alone. If I'm drinking, leave me the fuck alone. Right. And it's the biggest one, letting go of withdrawal into self and instead of engaging with support, meanings, accountability, and community. Right. You're going to have to, another thing that we're going to have to give up is the mentality of fixing things right now. We're going to have to develop a skill called delayed gratification. Okay. All right. I didn't realize that we were 35 minutes in, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. All right. Some other things that we're going to have to give up: friends, social circles, and drinking buddies. It says avoid bad influences, but I'm going to tell you now, those people that are drinking and drugging like you did, they are not necessarily bad influences. They are sick. We are not going to put them down. No, no. But what we can do if we do actually care about these people is become a better person. And I guarantee you, half of those people will follow what you do because you did it first. You will be the person. You will be the person that gives them hope to try it. You might be the person who gives them enough courage to fucking try. So do it. Right? Now, in the beginning, you might have to give some of these people up in the beginning. Some of them might be very, very close friends. Some of them might be family. All right? Heather says, I did for the most part, either alone or talking on the phone with another drunk in DC. Yeah, you're usually alone, physically alone. You can call and everything that you want. But once you get off the phone, that's over with. All right? Now, I'm alone a lot, but it's very rare that I'm lonely anymore. Very rare. I'm a little lonely right now. My wife's been gone for going on 2.5 weeks now. Right? I miss her. Oh, hopefully she'll be home Wednesday. All right. If not, then Dion's going to whine and cry and not get what he wants. I'm not going to do that. I want to make her feel guilty for doing something she needs to do. I mean, look at everything she lets me do. Yeah, she lets me do whatever the fuck I want to, right? What else are you going to give up? You're going to give up family roles or dysfunctional relationship. Okay. I'm going to tell you what you're going to find out. You're going to find out who actually supports you. That's what you're going to find out. And we're going to let go of the people that do not support you. That is what we are going to. This is all cost for freedom, for your freedom, so that you can live the life that you need to live. Time and routines. Another big one. Alcoholics Anonymous or just quitting drinking is about the replacement of things. Yep. That's why we have meetings all day. That's why we're available all the time. I'll tell you when desperation usually happens. 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. That's usually when it is. It's usually at nighttime when you're asleep. That's the other thing that you're going to have to kind of give up. Your time, your effort, right? But as an alcoholic, I'm very, very selfish about my time. I still am. I still get that way, right? Like let's say my wife and I were going to go buy new shoes. All right, that's what's on my mind, and I planned this in my mind how much it's going to take. I was surprised when we actually went to go buy shoes. She was done picking out shoes before I was. I'm like, and I'm really fast at it. Well, I already knew what I wanted, but I was still looking around. All right. But on the way back, what does she want? Oh, she wants to stop by Dutch Brothers. This changes my plan. It inconveniences me. I will even get a little pissy about this because I don't want to go sit in the fucking line when I have coffee at home, right? I always stop. Now, that sometimes she doesn't want to inconvenience me, so she'll say nothing, and I'll go do it anyway. So what do I do sometimes? I've been getting better at it. If we're going to go do something, I already have it in my mind now that we're probably stopping somewhere for her to get something to drink. There we go. Problem solved. I just fit it into what we're doing. If it doesn't happen, then what happens? Well, I have more free time. All right. But I'll even go out of my way. I'll be grumpy and go out of my way. Places and triggers, bars, clubs, old haunts, certain events tied to drinking, most often to be avoided or changed. Okay. If you're new in the program and you have a trip that you've been planning to Mexico for 6 months or whatever, and it's all inclusive and you don't want to lose the money, no, don't go. No Mexico until you got like 2-3 years of sobriety at the minimum. I ain't shitting. You can believe me or not. Okay. No Mexico. It is literally set up for relapse. There is no accountability, and you can get anything you want at a moment's notice, okay? And it's very cheap. Amber says, see, I had to get over that resentment, changing my plan and the resentment of spending money. Yeah, see, we kind of go through that stuff, huh? Well, now I'm saving all this money. I kind of, I get that. And the spending of money. I'll have any money, so I don't go through that as much as you. Identity. I think that's going to be the biggest one. The death of the old self. Let's kind of wrap up with this. There are two things that are going to die. Number one, your best friend, alcohol. Number two, your old self, and you're going to feel it. You are going to be empty, and it's going to be scary. But that's why we have the people in the program. That's why we have each other. It is scary. It's supposed to be scary because faith without works is dead. It's faith. You've got to have faith that this is going to work for you too. And it will. I've watched it happen over and over and over again. You can have a great life, but you got to make the choice to do it. You got to make the choice to put certain things away. It can be hard to do. I know. I've been there. Amber says, I'm such a cheap ass. I haven't been buying coffee for a while now. Been trying to penny pinch. Not working great. Well, you're saving up for something, clearly. And why would you not buy coffee? What is wrong with you? I'll buy Folgers and stuff, but I'm not, sometimes I'll get myself a nice cup of coffee at the QT or something. Right. But see, and thank you, Amber, for saying that so that other people are like, you know what? I do that too. Wait a minute. Maybe I need to relax on that a little bit. So thanks for admitting that. I appreciate that. It's what we do here. We bring up the stupid shit that we do so we don't do it anymore. All right. I just got a message. Okay. Somebody is asking, let me tell you something. If you remove yourself from an AA meeting, you can go back. You don't need to ask me if you can come back to a meeting. Of course you can. Of course you can. Absolutely. No worries at all, Michelle. No worries at all. Nobody, grassroots, we don't work that way. Even the people that pulled the bullshit last week, I can't keep you out. Now, if you show up and you disrupt the meeting, I might remove you. But I don't get to decide who shows up to the meeting and says this or says that. That's not my decision, right? We're just learning a little bit more here. And it's not really anybody's decision except yours. If you decide that you're going to go to a meeting, you can go to a meeting. Absolutely. Nobody has control over that. It's hard for new people to understand that, and I get asked that because I started the meeting. I'm the leader of the meeting, which I'm trying to kind of get rid of, but so I'm asked, and people ask me because I'm going to give you the right answer, not the answer I won't necessarily want to give you. I'm going to be honest about it. I won't keep anybody out. Even the people I'm angry with, I don't want to keep them out. I am not going to be a barrier to recovery. Absolutely not. And anybody that is, well, you're just an asshole. Right. Like I went to a Zoom meeting yesterday. There were like 300 and some people in there. Fucking awesome. Awesome, man. I was so happy to see a Zoom meeting like that. I'm like, yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And